The University of Melbourne is one of the most prestigious universities in Australia, and the admission process is competitive. The following are the general steps involved in the admission process. Check the admission requirements. The admission requirements vary depending on the program you are applying to. For example, the requirements for a bachelor's degree are different from the requirements for a master's degree or a PhD. You can find the admission requirements on the University of Melbourne website. Submit your application. The application process is online. You will need to create an account and submit your application form, transcripts, letters of recommendation, and a personal statement. Take the IELTS or TOEFL test. If you are not a native English speaker, you will need to take the IELTS or TOEFL test to demonstrate your English proficiency. The minimum score required for admission varies depending on the program you are applying to. Attend an interview. If your application is selected, you may be invited to an interview. The interview is an opportunity for you to meet with an admissions officer and discuss your academic record, your career goals, and your interest in the University of Melbourne. Receive your decision. The admission decisions are made on a rolling basis. You will be notified of your decision by email. The following are some additional tips for the University of Melbourne admission process. Start your application early. The application deadline is typically in January or February. Get good grades. Your academic record is the most important factor in the admission process. Make sure that you have good grades in your high school courses. Take the IELTS or TOEFL test early. The test results are valid for 2 years, so it is a good idea to take the test early. This will give you enough time to retake the test if you do not score well enough the first time. Write a strong personal statement. Your personal statement is your chance to tell the admissions committee who you are and why you want to attend the University of Melbourne. Make sure your personal statement is well written and free of errors. Practice for the interview. The interview is an important part of the admission process. Practice answering common interview questions so that you can make a good impression. I hope this helps. Here are some additional details about the University of Melbourne admission process. Application deadlines. The application deadlines for the different programs at the University of Melbourne vary. For bachelor's programs, the deadline is typically in January. For master's programs, the deadline is typically in December. Application requirements. The application requirements for the University of Melbourne vary depending on the program you are applying to. However, all applicants must submit the following documents: application form, transcripts, letters of recommendation, personal statement, IELTS or TOEFL test scores. Interview. If your application is selected, you may be invited to an interview. The interview is an opportunity for you to meet with an admissions officer and discuss your academic record, your career goals, and your interest in the University of Melbourne. Decisions. The admission decisions for the University of Melbourne are made on a rolling basis. This means that decisions are made as soon as the application is complete. The majority of decisions are made by the end of March. I hope this helps.